Okay, well, by popular demand, we are going to have an install video, but before we do, we want to show you a couple of tips and tricks to make your install go a little bit easier. But first, before we do that, we want to go over some of the hardware that you're going to need. First off, you're going to need to have the typical wall toggles that we send out with all of our kits. You're going to want to have a drill, and that drill is going to have a 1/4-inch drill bit, a Phillips screwdriver, and to make things go a little bit easier, you're going to need to put a driver bit in there with a Phillips head and a measuring tape. What I'm not showing off camera is we will be using a laser for our level. Although that's not necessary, it will make things go a little bit faster. This board that you see here is going to have our typical configuration of TruMount clips, and this one's going to have 6 in total. All right, let's go ahead and see how this gets installed.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
So what Brandon is showing you here is that these little pieces will break off and fit in, and you'll want to align them at the 0 mark as you're beginning the project. This is Brandon's first install, so we'll see how well this goes today.
Easy money.
Okay, so you just saw a typical install. This is Brandon's first time doing this. This is the first time I've done it in a few months, and we're not practiced at it, but you can see it went pretty smooth, pretty easily. Even if we dropped a couple of screws, you're still looking at 6, at most 7 minutes to install a board like this. Now here's the genius behind the system. We know that most walls are not straight. Walls are going to have a lot of problems, and that's where our system takes into that account. We have developed a system here so that if you have a wall that's not straight, if things aren't plumb or they don't line up the way you want them to, we've compensated for that so you don't have to do timely repairs and fixing things. And each one of your systems is going to come with a little string pack like this. It's a really high visibility color, and it's going to work like we typically did when we were kids when we had kite strings. So Stephen, if you want to zoom in here on what I'm doing, you can take this and you can attach this. As you can see, very quickly and easily, you can attach it to one of these little nubs on the outside edge, and we have a little notch that this fits into. Once you fit into that notch, you can take this across multiple TruMount brackets, tie it off on the other end, and this is going to do a couple of things for you. One, it's going to assure that all these clips are level with each other. In this case, they are. But more importantly, if your wall is wavy, you're going to be able to look down the side of the string and see where there's some clips that go out and some clips that go in. If for any reason, Brendan, can you hand me a screwdriver or a drill? If for any reason, let's just pretend that this one right here is sunken in too far because there's a dip in the wall, all you have to do is back the screws out just a tad on both sides. You never have to take the hardware off the wall. You can easily break off these integrated shims, and they come in 16th inch increments or 8th inch increments. And you can quickly drop it back behind here into this, where the screw's at. Sorry. There we go. You now have a shim that now brings it a 1/16 of an inch off the wall, or if you need to add more, you can take it up to 3/16 of an inch. Heck, if you really have a bad problem, you can rob from the other ones, build this one out, and then it's just a matter of taking those same screws that you had, tightening them back up, and this thing's good to go. And I don't mean to exaggerate when I say I can hang off of this and I'm not going to fall. This is very, very secure to the wall. And now you know that this thing is plumb, not only just up and down, but in and out, so that your installation is going to go much faster, and you're going to have much less warranties and callbacks and issues with damaging the board because you're trying over and over again to get something right when it's not the product or your installation, you just have really bad walls. I hope this video is helping you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you no matter what. Just one other tip, completely forgot about this, but man, we tried to think everything out to make your installs easier. And one of the biggest problems that we see in the industry on installs is butt joining product. And how do you get everything to line up just right? And how do you get the hardware to be spaced correctly on the wall between the boards? These little shims that we just talked to you about are dual purpose. We have these right here for spacing off the wall, but the length of these are very specific driven dimension. And I'm going to show you why. I can now take this, put this on the wall like this, and this is going to give me the perfect placement for my next line of clips for my next board for my butt joints. So no more guessing and measuring where this next line needs to start. This spacing right here is going to be perfect every single time by using these integrated shims. Again, we're trying to make things easier for you guys. Hope this helps. Thanks.